Thank you so much for being here. A couple things that I just want to share with y'all. One of which is that there is a handout. It says handouts. There's a handout in there. It's called Get More Clients with Facebook Live. There's 2 pages. One page is for you to take your notes. And don't worry if you're in a position where you go, oh my gosh, I can't get to it that quickly. Take your notes on a scrap piece of paper. And page number 2, what Joe and I have done is we've already made what we feel is the best of our notes so that you don't lose any of them, but you'll still probably catch a few nuggets that you want to pick up on your own. Okay, everyone, just in case you don't know me, I am Todd Liles. I'm the CEO of Service Excellence Training, and I'm happy you're here. Joe.
My name is Joe Person. I work for Air Now Cooling and Heating out of Millbrook, Alabama. I'm also the training coordinator for Service Excellence Training.
Yeah, I like that name too, Joe Person. What a cool name, Joe.
It's kind of like John Public, but I guess they said John Public was taken when I was born, so.
I guess so. Maybe, all right. Maybe that's the case. Okay, guys, we're going to value your time. We're going to do our best to keep this to 30 minutes and maybe even save a little time here at the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into it. This is going to be a great learning lesson for you. We're happy that you're here. We got 4 major points, and we're going to put you to work in these 4 points as well. So let's get started. Point number 1, we're going to talk about launching a live video from your phone or your tablet. So we're going to go at it from the standpoint of we are not sure, where you're at. We're going to assume some of you might know how to do it and some of you don't. So as a matter of fact, instead of assuming, how about this? Let's go ahead and launch a poll. And what I want you to do is I want you to give us some feedback. So what we want to know is how are you using Facebook today? So if you see that poll, and I see the answers already coming in, are you using it for personal use only? Are you using it for business only? Are you using it for personal and business? People are voting. 80% have already voted, 84%. You guys are awesome. But Joe, so far right now, what it looks like is that 9% of the people that are on here are using Facebook for personal only. 77% of the people on here are using Facebook for personal as well as business. And 14%, I'm going to go ahead and close this poll. 14%, Joe, are using it for business only. Now that's pretty interesting. I'm going to write that 14% business only, 77% for both. And then we've got 9% that are personal only. So that gives us an idea of where we're at. All right, that's very cool. So we're going to teach you how to launch a Facebook Live video straight from your phone. You've probably seen me do it. You've probably seen Joe do it. It's very powerful. It's a very effective way to get your message out. Most importantly, it's free. Here's a couple things you're going to need to know if you're going to do this. First and foremost, you're going to want to make sure that you have a strong signal on your phone, right, Joe?
Yep, strong signal. LTE or Wi-Fi would be better.
Absolutely. And test that signal. So you want to test it. If you know you're going to go live somewhere, you're going to want to test it. We are going to actually do a little Facebook Live launch test here in a little bit to see how it works for you, but you're going to want to test it. You're going to want to test it. For those of you that have got personal only, it's a small percentage of you, you're going to want to create a Facebook business account. It's not hard. It's really easy. And you're going to want that because it's going to allow you to do some different things in terms of your message. You're going to want to message your company specifically, a little bit straightforward. Joe, you got your tablet. Could you show us how to launch one of these Facebook Live videos?
Great. So without further ado, let me teach you guys how to do this. So you go into your Pages app. For those that have Pages, it's the little orange flag.
Let's see it. Let's see it one more time. Go back. Let's see it real quick. And by the way, while you do that, I'm going to poll them, Joe. I'm going to find out if anyone's ever done a Facebook Live video. So there's a poll coming out there. Real quick, guys, you're answering fastly. Have you ever done a Facebook Live video? Have you ever done a Facebook Live video? So this is interesting, Joe. 91% of the people that are on here have never done a Facebook Live video. I'm going to go ahead and close the poll. Thank you guys for answering. We're back to Joe. Joe, show them that.
Okay, so again, it's the orange flag there. So I'm going to tap to go in. My Air Now page comes up now. To go live.
All right, get a little closer, Joe. Get a little closer. All right, can you guys see the publish button? If you see the publish button right there. All right.
Once you publish, it's basically going to be just like you're posting. But down at the bottom, if you'll notice, there's a little live button down here. It looks like a little person icon with a couple of rings around it, kind of like a halo maybe. We're going to tap that, and down at the bottom, you're going to see it says live video.
Live video.
You can tap live video. And as of right now, if I push continue, I'm going to go live. So let's do that. Let's actually go live. I'm going to hit continue. And I'm going to describe the video. I'm going to say training with Joe and Todd.
All right.
You can name it.
By the way, guys, one of the things we want you to do is we want you to be able to do a live video. It's just baby steps. So right now, if you got your phone or your tablet, I want you to pull out your phone or pull out your tablet. And if you don't have a business page, you see Joe's starting to do it right now. Go ahead and do just training with John and with Joe and Todd. You can delete this later. It's no big deal. But I want you to pull out your phone or your tablet, open up your Facebook app. If you don't have Facebook for business, that's okay. Use your personal page. It works the same way, right, Joe?
It does. Now, something that I always try to remember is you can change the camera.
Now, get a little. We couldn't see that, Joe. So get that closer, and you need to go that way. Okay.
Corner up here, right underneath my thumb, you can change that camera angle to either face the wall, or you can change it to face your body or your person. Okay.
And that'll.
I'm going to go live real quick.
Go for it, brother.
Here, I'm going to have the camera facing me.
Go ahead.
So it gives you a 3, 2, 1, and that's it. As of right now, I'm live and I'm recording, doing the webinar. This is Facebook Live. I'm recording. What you'll start to notice at the bottom, if anybody does join, down here people will start to comment. It's got full interaction. It'll tell you who's joining. It'll tell you who's commenting. A really good suggestion I can make right now is interact with these clients. Interact with them. They are. This is the best form of advertising possible right now.
Absolutely. So when you see them, come on, talk to them.
So I'm going to go ahead and finish up my live segment here, just so I can show you when it cancels. There's another point that I wanted to make. You have an opportunity to save this to your.
Let's see a little closer. Thank you.
You have an opportunity to save it to the device and post it to the wall of the company. In this case, I'm not going to save it because it's just for training purposes, but it's that easy, guys. It really is that easy to post a live segment, a live video.
Now, guys, that's not all that Joe and I are going to do. We want to show you how to use this to get clients, right? But first things first, you need to know how to do a live video. So if you got your phone or your tablet available right now, I want you to do it. And it can be a 10-second video, and that's fine. But 92% of you have never done one. So we need to know that you can do it, all right? So I'm going to submit a poll right now, and this is going to let me know. For those of you that were able to do it, you're able to get it done. All right, Joe. I'm going to move on from this. We got 83% said they were able to do it. 17% said they weren't. For the 17% that were not able to do it, shoot us a message. Let us know why, and we'll try to get you helped out. Okay? I'm going to close this poll. All right. So Joe, back to you, brother. I think next thing we want to do, guys, is we want to talk about setting the stage, all right? So we're going to go to point number 2, preparing for a great live video. So this is very important. And Joe, I'm just going to pick up the speed just a little bit. I want to make sure we get everybody out of here on time. But you want to prepare your client. In other words, have a conversation with them. I know you guys are doing this, Joe. How do you prepare your client?
Well, the first thing I want to make a point on is to make sure that this is you're selling yourself as soon as you make the decision to go live. In doing that, you're always wearing your ABC hat. You're always thinking about the presentation, how everything looks. To answer the question, with the client, we're asking for permission. We're letting them know that they're going to be on live video, and are they okay with that? And that goes in the form of what's in the handout here too. We're getting written permission, both from the staff as well and from the client. We prepare the area. It's really important when you're thinking about structuring a live video. Walk the area out where you're considering filming or where you're considering doing a live video, and talk to the client. Let them know that this is where it's going to take place. There might be some portions of the home they don't want you in. There might be and you don't want to cross that bridge when you're live. So make sure you definitely prep the area. This is also a good time for you to offer plugs for your business. If you do things differently than other companies in your area, it's a great time to add those plugs in while you're live. I can give some examples of that in a minute if need be.
All right, wonderful. So I love what you said there. A few other little points that I want to make sure that you guys cover as well. Like Joe said, it is live. That's part of the quality of it. But you want to make sure that you can be seen. So, it's sound is important. Your phones, they're surprisingly good. You'd be shocked at how good the quality of the sound is, and so is the camera. But you got to have lighting. So you want to make sure that if you're going up in an attic, you've got some attic lights. Turn them on, point them in the direction of the install so people can see that. Okay, so you want to set the stage to essentially have a great show. Now, I've got a question. Here's another poll that I'm going to send out. And the question is, when it comes to that great show, how many of you that are on this webinar right now are going to have to overcome your fear of the camera? Now, I got a couple different choices here for you. One is me, but I can do it. Two is me, I could never do it. Or actually, one, but I can do it. I can never do it. Not me. I love the stage. And some of you are saying, not me, but you know what? I'll get someone else to do it. And that's perfectly fine as well. So Joe, the results are coming in. 64% already are voted. And 43% of the folks here said that they would have to overcome the fear, but they could do it. 4% said, nope, never me. Never me. Actually, 4% said me. And then 20% said not me, but I'll get someone else to do it. So let's talk about that in your company. 85% of the people have voted. 36% of the people love the stage. They love being on camera. Talk a little bit about how you guys do it over there.
Well, honestly, man, me and Terry have been doing the videos. You guys know who Terry is. The first couple I did, I don't have any trouble with being on the camera. For those that do, you don't have to have the camera facing you. As long, I showed you how to flip the screen there in the top right corner. Right. You can flip the screen away from you and you can show the audience kind of what you're seeing, and then you can narrate.
That's right, because if we were doing this together and they couldn't see us both, I would point it at you. You're a much sexier man than I am. I'd rather be behind the camera.
Wow. Not bad coming from a guy in a red shirt.
All right, cool. So number 3, let's talk about how to make sure that you attract the most clients. Because you want to attract viewers. Let me be a little bit clearer. And there's going to be a couple points on doing this. So here's a couple things you can do before you go live. Now, by the way, just going live on the fly isn't necessarily a bad thing if you treat it as the preview. Because oftentimes I will go live just sometimes just because I want to go live, I got something on my mind. I kind of keep that a little bit more towards the personal side, or because I'm going to archive it. But if I want to get people there at a very specific time, then a couple of things that I'll do is I'll do a little preview video where I will come on 30 seconds and say, we're going to do this topic tomorrow. Make sure you like the page, join in, pay attention. By the way, if they like the page, Facebook will let them know that you're streaming. And that's one of the things you got to keep in mind is that oftentimes the first 3 to 5 minutes is used just to let people know that, hey, this is happening. So what I recommend is that you can't bore the people that are on for the first 3 to 5 minutes. You got to give them something, but you got to still give the other people enough time to get on. So that's an idea. Number 2 is you need to let your clients know in advance when you can. And you can do it on Facebook, but you can also do it using whatever type of management system that you have. So here comes another poll because I'm super curious. How many of you have some type of client relationship management system that is sophisticated enough that if you crafted an email and you sent it, it would go to all of your clients and it wouldn't show every client's name in the email? In other words, it would look like an individual system. This might be through there's lots of different things. MailChimp's one that I got started on early in the days. Then I tried Constant Contact. And today we use Infusionsoft, which is really advanced. It's an amazing tool, but it typically requires someone to help you. So how many of you guys have some sort of content relationship management system or contact relationship management system that can let people know? Results are coming in, Joe. It's about 50-50. About 52% are now it's 50-50 even as 76% voted. Half of you do and half of you don't. Well, you know, we're not covering that today, but what I would share with you is that's something that you should consider very strongly for your business. You're going to want to be able to content manage. You're going to want to be able to contact manage. Okay, so it's good to know that we're 50-50, 85%. 50 do, 50 don't. If you're interested in that, let me know. Maybe I can point you into some directions, or maybe we do another show another time for this. But you're going to want to let people know at least a day before you go live, whether or not you post it on LinkedIn, you post it on your Facebook accounts, whether you send emails, however you do it, let your clients know. Share on all.
That's how we do it, right?
Is that how you guys are doing it?
Sorry,
right
I was
now?
gonna say that. That's how we do it. Yeah, we send a video out probably an hour before we're about to go live to the audience on Facebook, and like Todd said a second ago, that sends out a notification, a little beep, a little notification to everybody that likes our page. So in this case, that would be 3,700 people. Get a notification that, hey, we're about to go live. In that, it also posts to the wall for those that missed it, and it says, hey, we're about to go live here at 11 o'clock or in 15 minutes, or we explain that in detail, and then it gives people the opportunity to join you.
Right, which is a great way to do it if you don't have a content management system. That's great. So while you're doing it, you want to ask questions. You'll see people come up. Once you play with it a little bit, you'll see their names will start to come in. Say hello to them. Have a few questions that you know you're going to ask, or like we're doing the polls. Keeping it interactive will keep people engaged. As Joe already showed you, at the end when you finish, save the video to your camera. And there's a couple reasons why. One is that you may find use for that footage somewhere else. You may want to send it to your marketing company, have them slice out a section and use it for advertisement in a TV campaign, or maybe you want to put it on your website. So never delete that footage. You have no idea what you will be able to do with it down the road, and you want to have it saved digitally on your device, not just on Facebook where you can't manipulate it. And then promote the video after the fact using Facebook ads. Facebook ads are a really, really important tool. A lot of people are not really familiar with them yet, so I'm going to launch another poll, and I want to know how many of you guys are currently using Facebook ads, and I'm going to give you a couple choices. One is yes, and you're doing it well. 2 is yes, but not very well at all, terribly. 3 is no, but I want to. And then some of you go, what's a Facebook ad? I didn't even know you could do that. Man, the answers flew in, Joe, like super fast. We're at 80% so far, and about 29% of you are going, yeah, we're doing it well. 20% of you, 21% of you are saying, terribly. 34% of you are saying no, but I want to, and 14% are saying what's a Facebook ad. So we got 88% voted. I think that's probably the common there. So I'm going to close that up. But what this is sharing with us, Joe, is of the people that are talking, 69% are not really familiar with how to do a Facebook ad. Now, guys, today's about launching a live video, but I do want to let you know that Facebook ads are probably not as difficult as you may think that they are. Now, they can be layered and they can be really tough. Today, my personal approach to ad campaigning is quite sophisticated, but I've been doing it for as long as it's been available through Facebook. But initially, when I got started, and this is no exaggeration, initially when I got started, most of my posting was on my phone, and this may be your first start as well. Now, you will have to have a Facebook page if you don't. So if you don't have a Facebook business page, at some point you're going to have to do that. But initially, and let me turn down so you can see that. Initially, my first approach to Facebook advertisement was after I would share something, a piece of content that I thought was valuable, like this post here that you see. Down at the bottom, there is a button that says Boost Post. You'll see that right there. And if you just hit that Boost Post right from your phone, it's going to bring up some options for you. You can select your area. You can even type in some interest in here. And Facebook is pretty sophisticated, so we're not going to make this about that. Maybe you guys would like to see a lesson on that later. But it gives you an option to boost. You can boost it right from your phone. You can put in your payment information, which it'll store after the first time. And for some of you, that might be the way you get started. And this is what I would say. You know, you don't want to experiment with a lot of money, but if you've never done one, post something on your company page. Spend $5 to dip your toe in the water just to see what it does. And if you're interested in a more sophisticated approach, you know, maybe down the road we'll do a lesson on that. All right, Joe, number 7.
I was going to say that's good stuff. That's paid promoting though.
That's right.
So let's give an example of one that's not. So you can also have your employees share this post onto their private pages, and that's a huge tool. Matter of fact, here at my company or at our company, that's what we do. We have all the guys share our videos and make sure that we get, I think the last one that we did got over 4,000 people reached. And it tells you right at the bottom right-hand corner how many people are reached and watched that video. That's a lot considering 3,700 people like our page. So we got more of a penetration reach than the actual amount of people that like the page. So that's big. That's big.
Very good. Very good indeed. Also, give them a reason. Give them a reason to share it. But here's the other thing as well. Converting clients into viewers. If they're going to watch this video, at the end, you want to convert them into viewers, right? Viewers into clients. At the end, you want them to take some type of action. So they've watched this great video of a tune-up. Well, that's great, but at the end, you should have some type of action. Now, Facebook's a little bit different than direct response, although they have some similarities too. You want your action to be, first of all, branded. You want a brand, it needs to be educational, and then you submit a softer close. And it might be something along the lines of, you know, if you're interested in getting your system tuned up, then click here. We've got a $39 coupon available for you. Now, when they transition and they go over to your website, this is a big mistake that I see a lot of people make. I see them make it just on Facebook. I see them make it everywhere. But they'll publicize their coupons or what have you, and there's no transaction necessary to get it. In other words, I can just go there and I can just print it off. That's a bad mistake. If you're going to give away $39, then what you need at least as a minimum is their email information so that you can talk to them down the road. I would say a $39 discount is well worth it if I have someone's like legitimate real email so that I can later have a conversation with them. That's called permission-based marketing, by the way. When someone gives you permission to talk to them because you gave them something that they're interested in, they're going to look at that email differently. It's not the same crap that you get in your email box that you didn't want. You wanted it because you put your name in, which goes back to having some sort of contact management system. And guys, what I share with you today is that if you don't have that in place, you need to get that in place. It's really, really important. By the way, I think I got a poll for that. So let's find out. Are you right now capturing your clients' emails on your website? Are you capturing your clients' emails on your website? Do you have a way for them to permission-based opt-in? This is good. I'm happy to see we're at 45%. We've got 70% saying yes. That's good, guys. As the more votes come in, the no's are getting a little bit more traction, but still as a majority. Hey, don't be scared to vote. Vote. As a majority, it looks like 73% yes, 20. So it's kind of more leaning towards the yes, which is great. 3/4 of you have a way to do that so far. That's good. That's very good. And for those of you that don't, what I would say to you is it's not that difficult. It's gotten easier than ever with some of the amazing apps that are available. Before you go spending hundreds of dollars per month, just look into some simple things. If you have a WordPress site, which is how I got started, there's a thing called Gravity Forms. And you can pay for Gravity Forms. You get the free version, or you can get the paid version, which I think is like a one-time fee, $50, something very inexpensive, and then get someone to load a form on your website. Now, it'll be a down and dirty, but you'll capture those emails, and you can set up Gravity Forms to automatically send that coupon off. 75% of you, I'm going to close that poll. All right. So, I am wanting to make sure we're doing good on time, Joe, here. Just to wrap up just a little bit here, give them a reason. Actively engage with your clients. You've got messenger apps and other things, Joe. I think you got some comments on that.
I just wanted to touch on that and stress the importance of actively engaging. What that means is right now, actively engage. Don't wait. If you have somebody that's commenting on something, like the post, like what they comment on, respond to them. I can't tell you how much difference it makes when you respond to somebody very quickly as opposed to waiting.
So true. Joe does a great job at Air Now, but he's also our inside guy as well. He manages all of our messenger apps. He does a great job. He's picked up several clients, several contractors just like yourself, just from being available and answering their questions, which is superstar awesome in my book. And my last point that I'd like to make to you is treat your social media sources as branding and as relationship and as a place to serve people. And if you treat it that way, then what you can do is you can serve, 3 to 4 plus serves, maybe 8 times you serve them, give them something of value. And then on that 9th time, or maybe a little bit less, but not too less than that, maybe 1 out of 5, then you ask something of them. But if you create a website page where it's nothing but advertisements for people to buy from you, I promise you no one's going to like your page and no one's going to watch those videos when it comes time to, promote them. You got to give, you got to give, you got to give.
You got to give to get.
You got to give to get, especially in the world of social media. So that would be the thing that I'd share with you. And that's what Joe and I have been doing. We've been giving to you in the hopes that you guys will do business with us down the road, and I am happy to say that. And that's what's always been the source of our marketing, which is there are no secrets. I'm going to give it away. I'm going to help you the best I can, because that's always turned into more business for us, and we're happy to do that. So one last poll here before we get out of here, and this is it. The question would be, would you be interested in more training like this down the road? Did you like what we did today? We're known as a training company. But we also, obviously, we do a great job of marketing because we market our own business, and that's where we are alike. 70% has already voted, and we got 100% that have said yes. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. We'll let those votes come in. We'll keep letting it happen. So, and I intend to provide more training for you like this. I love marketing. I love training. I love helping folks. 80% of the folks are in, 100% yes so far, 82, 100% yes. Joe, you did a good job, brother. I think that means you did a good job today, so great work on your part. I'm going to go ahead and close this poll while we have 100%. I don't want to ruin our perfect score. All right, guys. Well, if we do another one like this, we will certainly keep you in the loop. We'll let you know. I also want to make sure, for those of you that don't know, I want you to hear a big heartfelt thank you from us to you. I also want you to see this man's face. This is Joe Person. In the future, when you're wanting to send people to management training, when you're wanting to send them to sales or tech training, and you talk to us on Facebook or you send an email, this is going to be the guy that's going to be helping you. He's a real deal guy, right? He's in the contracting world. He's also with us. That's part of our business model, is that we actually like to engage full-time trainers such as myself, Thomas, and Chris. And we also like to engage real contractors in the world such as Aaron, Joe, Terry, and Brad. And then there's also my wife. Golly, 8 of us now, Joe. Is that amazing?
It's growing, man. It's taking over.
It's because of good people that are on this webinar like that. Well, that's it for me. As always, I love it when you turn learning into earning. That's my thing. Give you some power, give you some hope. Joe, you got any closing thoughts you'd like for the folks?
No, just thank you guys for showing up. Anybody that does have any questions or anything, you can get them over to Todd, and we'll be sure to respond to you. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. And what I intend on doing with this video, as long as the editing and everything looks good, guys, is I'm going to put it on the website, make it public, and when it's public, I'll send you a notification. And I'm going to ask that what you will do is share it, because when you share, it helps our message grow as well. People get to see how we serve. They get to hear and see our heart, and that's important. So as always, Joe and Todd helping you. Joe, let's do it together. Turning learning into earning. All right.
And learning.
Y'all take care.